I don't think I was meant to be a footballer. I think I was meant to be an entertainer. Like, it wasn't for me. I never had the drive or passion to actually want to get as much as I could out of the game. Oh shit, like now I need to do a real world job and still just wake up every day. I'm like, this is so dumb. This fucker's played 26 games. Like, why is he telling Collingwood to go shove it? No, this has been 5-6 years to get to where we are. And I was like, what is going on here? This is the most wild thing in the world.
We know you've been a superstar for both the Carlton Football Club and the Gold Coast Football Club.
Excellent.
Right? We know you've been a high draft pick. That definitely happened. We know you're a footballer at the very least, but at the very best, one of the great footballers, one of the great goals I've ever seen.
Thank you.
That karate kick out there. I want to know your greatest sporting achievement not on the football field. Thanks to TABtouch for this season, we're asking greatest sporting achievements. Now, you might ask yourself, what was Dan Const's greatest sporting achievement?
Probably being on a hat-trick in a cricket grand final, bowling 5 for 16.
That's big.
Under 12s.
That's big.
Chute Hill Cricket Club.
Yeah, right.
Are you multi-talented? Do you have any other talents other than football?
Not really. I reckon throwback before I started getting into footy, I was a really talented soccer player. I was in the pathway of Adelaide United, Europe potentially.
Wow.
That was on the cards.
Keeper?
No, I was a striker.
What?
I was bad man on the soccer field. I was a striker.
You were like Peter Crouch.
I was honestly
You were Peter Crouch.
in the same pathways to go to Europe to play soccer.
Why didn't you do that?
Yeah, I should have. In the end, I have no idea why I didn't do that. So that's my greatest. That or maybe sports carnivals. Matt Glazer. You know Matt Glazer? He's the cyclist for us in the Olympics. He was like this gun runner back in the day. 800 meters, 400, didn't matter. He beat everyone. And one day, I gave the business 800 meters.
Yes.
Just mowed him down on the outside. So maybe that.
Yeah. You're an operator then. Like 200 centimetres and do you know who Peter Crouch is?
Yeah.
Peter Crouch, mate.
Yeah, true.
Like the big lanky.
I could mow. Man, a 2K back in the day was my jam. I ran a 6:03.
Did you?
Yeah. It was me. It was Ed Kerno, Charlie Kerno, me. In a 2K time trial.
That right.
Yeah. I could run.
Ed Kerno was an animal. I went to Geelong College with Ed Kerno.
Oh my God.
We still hold the school record, 4x800. He is an animal.
How he was running like a 5:41 2K. I was like, what?
And you were in the middle of it.
Yeah. Had him going for a bit.
See why they drafted you.
So that's, no, then got the footy in the hand and geez, the old anxiety came out. Here we go. What's this thing? Yeah.
Mate, that's good. I didn't really have any I wanted to talk footy with you, but I kind of, some of these chats are, what about this moment? What about this moment?
Yeah.
What about this? But
And there's plenty of guys.
Oh, there's so many to go through.
But if we skip past
if you skip past those. Yeah.
I'm just interested in probably not transition out of footy, but what you were thinking while you were playing. Were you like, this is going to be forever? Or
yeah. Or I don't know.
Were you thinking about?
Nah, I was always a junior that was like, I just need to get to the league. And once I get to the league, I'll be fine. Like, I kind of had the notion that it just happens. Like a tall guy, 200 centimeters, gets 5 to 7 years. Like, that just happens. So I honestly just cruised through. I was like, you know what? I probably won't play for that. The first 3 years I won't play, so it's going to be fine. And that was my mentality the whole way. And then got to the end of the Gold Coast, the 5 years. It was kind of like, oh shit, like now I need to do a real world job and get back into being and out of this AFL bubble. And then lucky enough got a lifeline from the Blues for 2 years and extended the inevitable that I'm going to be out of this thing. But I never went into the league being like, I want to win a Brownlow, I want to be a premiership player. I just didn't have that drive in me. Like it wasn't for me. I was very happy being a talented under 18s kid. And got to the AFL at the Suns, I was like, oh no, like I know this is very much different to me. Like these guys are men. And then you play your first game as the Suns playing against grown men. You're like, okay, well that's different. That hurts a lot. Like this is a level that I can't get to. And I knew that all the way through my career. So I never had the drive or passion to actually want to get as much as I could out of the game, weirdly, for some reason.
Be like, did you come out of footy and you come straight out and start doing content? Like, what did you do straight out?
The most natural thing that a footballer does is commercial real estate. Just made most sense. Bit of commercial, selling, leasing, didn't matter. Did it all. So I did that and you just bounce around. I don't know how you went post-football.
Similar,
yeah.
No commercial real estate.
No, you missed out. But just bounced around. I was like on the tools for a bit, as a tradie. And then, I don't know, you kind of do these different things. You know that it's not for you. And then one day I literally just started posting videos from Snap. I used to save the videos on Snapchat, the camera roll. And Dill and a few other boys from the club were like, hey, like now you're not at the club, just post those funny videos that you're doing at the club. And we did that. And at the start, it got some engagement and traction. It was like, oh, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they just went nuts. This had nothing, this wasn't DDF, nothing to do with football, just like stupid stuff. Like, I think my ass was out in a lot of them. And then that became its own beast. And then the Big Brother thing happened. And then kind of now look back on it, all these things have just lined up in a row perfectly to lead me to doing football content, which is weird. So, it's crazy how it's all worked out. Like, I still just wake up every day. I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, it's honestly so dumb. Like, the content's dumb. Like, it's just wild to me. So, yeah, back to football and how it's all worked out. I don't think I was meant to be a footballer. I think I was meant to be an entertainer. And now I've put those two things together. So,
but you probably don't get to where you are if you don't do the footy thing. Probably. You don't actually figure out that you don't do that, right?
No way. No, none of those life experiences. If you don't have those, like, I'm not here doing this stuff. So, yeah. I mean, it's just, you look back on everything and go, if those things didn't happen, like if I didn't go to Gold Coast and have such a shitty time there, they don't have the stories to tell. If I didn't go to Carlton and have my 2 years there and fall in love with the Carlton Football Club, then there's no like engagement and content around, oh, football stink. People want to buy into that. So,
yeah, well, because it's always interesting with getting a bit of context behind it, because people say Dan Gorringe, DDF.
Yeah.
Taking the piss. But basically what we just did there, right? But like, I'm assuming that's not you all the time, and we're talking right now.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting with context. It's like, well, how did you get there? Because some people just look at it and go, well, he's just doing it. Like, that's how.
No. I mean, no, like there were videos at the start where I was posting, they're like 3 likes.
Yeah.
And it was just me to my mates, and they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, he's just, and then it got a little bit, and then it'd be like, this fucker's played 26 games. Like, why is he telling Collingwood to go shove it? Like, why would he do that? And be like, you know nothing, you're a flog. And it doesn't happen overnight. This has been 3, 4, like you guys know, it takes a while to build. It's been 3 or 4 years of posting stuff and thinking of ideas and then executing them. And, you know, let's do a podcast now. Okay, well, it's pretty awkward speaking into a microphone for the first time and fabricating a conversation for other people. Like, that's an awkward thing to do. Yeah. So it's been years, and this hasn't happened overnight. This has been 5, 6 years to get to where we are.
Just before we leave, you're playing footy. Did you used to wear a shin guard?
I did. Oh, yeah. I did, yeah.
2? You one?
I was always, not the 2, just a 1. A 1. And you know the big ruckman who wear like it's like a plank of wood from ankle
Matty
to...
Primus had like a mattress on his leg.
Yeah, no, I was never that kind of operator. I was like a soccer shin pad, like just the sweet spot there. Everything else is fine. And I couldn't wear them really, the big ones, because you kick and like the ball gets the back of the shin bar or the bottom of the shin guard, and the ball goes like out there. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. No way. And I never jumped like aggressively enough to use it. I was always literally. I was like, back turn, just give me the kidney, please. Go on, you're gonna do it. Here, just do it. You're gonna do it. Go.
The Big Brother. How did you go on past the Orcs, by the way, with Tommy Barrass?
Man.
Little season 2 preview.
Yeah, great man. Great product, great podcast. He is, honestly, I obviously knew him a little bit being a West Coast, and not just seeing him on TV and be like, okay, he's a great footballer. And then ever since he's been in Melbourne, it seems like, oh, this guy's unique. It's good. It's a cool cat. He thinks differently. He operates differently. Honestly, the coolest guy I know. He's such a legend.
He's been like that since he was 17, mate. Like, he got to the footy club. He's my best mate. Right?
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, I'm quite a bit older than him. Like, I don't know how much older, but I'm quite a bit older than him. So I was like 24, 5, and this like 18-year-old kid called himself the Mad Dog from Scarborough.
Is he actually?
Like, rolled in. That's what I was like, fucking what? Who is pretty much like kick flipped his way into the door on a skateboard. I was like, who the fuck is this kid? And he's just been exactly what he is now, like pretty much like that. But he's got a bit more mature and stuff. But yeah, he's been that guy forever, and like exactly right. He's cool.
He's so cool. He intimidated me. I don't get like intimidated often, but the way he was, I was trying to speak like the way he would speak. So it's like, do you want a beer? I was like, think about beers, man. Like, well, what is a beer really? Surface level, it's in a bottle for sure. But if you think about it deeper, it's like, do you just want one? I was like, okay, yes. So I do what you do.
I'll just have a beer.
Yeah, is that a yes or no?
So Dan was there for that, and he mentioned that my little chat about Big Brother. I'm interested to hear about that.
Yeah.
Randomly, someone was like, "Oh, Scully, you need to fucking try out for Survivor," and I was like, "No, I fucking don't. I have no interest in doing that." And then the conversation came up about Big Brother, and I wondered what that experience was like. Because I compared it, I was like, Big Brother would be great. By the pool, fucking snacks in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Mate, get to day 28 on Survivor. You got Larry and Rachel trying to stab you in the back, to vote you out in front of your face. And Jeff Probst, one of the great penises of all time, is there like, you see that picture? You know who Jeff Probst is? You have a look. You don't know who he is.
I'm Google
He's
that.
going to extinguish the flame.
Yeah.
And you're eating ants and dirt. And no interest in doing it.
Nah, no thanks. Oh, Big Brother was a little bit like that. Big Brother wasn't designed to physically break you. Like, mentally, they get a hold of you. So when there's 25 in there at the start, you're on staple food and you have to earn, like, your rights to get proper meals. And then when there's 25, everything's portioned out. So they just, by the sheer of not eating, having energy and being so bored, like, that breaks you and brings out the true person of who you are. Because early days, everyone's got, like, a fake front on. Everyone's trying to be nice to each other. Don't kick me out. Don't be the first one. And then by 4 days in, when you're hungry, no coffee, you sleep. They control the light, so you sleep when they want you to sleep. So I think we asked producers after recording, we're like, when did the lights go out? They said probably 1 a.m. we'd cut you off and wake you up at 6 a.m. So you're exhausted. Then you sit around all day. You're probably only doing stuff for the program for an hour of the day, an hour and a half of the day. Yes. And the rest of the 22 and a half hours, you're literally just going crazy, losing your mind. So
didn't you come out and COVID had happened?
Yeah. So we came out. So we were in there. We went in when COVID was coming out of China, and we kind of knew what it was, but it was one of those, as we all said, like, that will not make its way here. Like, whatever's happening over there, that sounds crazy. Like, lockdown, absolutely no way. And then halfway through the recording, 3.5, 4 month recording of Big Brother, they said, hey, there's been some cases in Australia. Just want to give you a heads up. Everyone's going to a thing called lockdown. Like, it's just like you can't leave your house. And they were very cautious not to tell us too much in case people were like, get me the fuck out of here right now. Yeah. I'm leaving. I'm seeing my family. So we were able to stop recording for a few days, call our family. Our family could give us a minute and a half of, this is happening. We're all safe. If you get infected, like, you get really sick, but it's not as bad as what it is. Like, it's very confusing about the messaging. Then they'd be like, oh yeah, people are dying out here. So we were like, is it bad? Is it good? Like, what's going on? So then from there, they ramped things up and we finished what was supposed to be the last month and a half of recording in 2 weeks. Just cram days in. Let's get you out of here, So I was lucky enough to make the final. And when you leave the house, like, you're seeing people the first time, production crew, like, this is amazing. You just want to hug anyone. Like, it's great. And they're very much like, oh, no, we don't do that here. Got face masks on. Jump in a car to go to our hotel room to spend a night there before I fly back home. And the driver and the producer go, hey, just a heads up. Things are pretty different out here. Like, I'll let you discover what's going on, but you obviously know this COVID thing. I think it's best if you go and source it yourself and uncover what's going on. So we're driving through Bondi, and it's like a Friday night, 9 o'clock. We assume it's absolutely pumping and genuine ghost town. And I was like, what is going on here? This is the most wild thing in the world. Get back to the hotel, turn on the TV, deaths in Italy, deaths in Greece, deaths in Australia, deaths everywhere. I'm like, holy shit.
I feel like a zombie apocalypse.
Literally, we were probably the safest people in the world at the time because no one could come in and out.
In a compound.
Yeah. But then we go outside and be like, okay, everyone's locked down.
That must have been wild.
And you have no context. So when you don't see anyone in Bondi and not, a Friday night, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
It was wild with context, but I just can't imagine like 4 months, like, there's something going on, and 4 months later, you go to Bondi, there's not one word.
Crazy. I was behind everyone on it. And then to see the world all losing it over this COVID. Crazy. Crazy.
It is. Do they, is there booze in the house? Like, are they getting you to lick it up?
Nah, they're not. You get one beer every 3 days.
Right.
So they don't even touch the sides.
One beer?
Yeah, I was like, guys, absolute joke. I'd rather not have it. Absolutely not. Yeah, it's a waste of time.
You're thirsty.
Yeah, why would you tease me with one beer? That was going in a second. I was like, I was trying to get beers to other people. I was like, I'll give you my meal tomorrow if you give me that beer right now. Cutting deals. And Big Brother were like, Daniel, you got to stop doing that. I was like, fuck.
Daniel, please take the 12 beers under your bed.
Stop cutting deals. I've got no dinner for 12 nights, but I've got 12 beers. It's good. So, yeah.
Why's Dad so skinny?
Yeah, exactly. But just crazy. Like, the whole thing was crazy. And people say, would you do it again? Oh, it's so, like,
you would.
Bittersweet because it gave definitely a leverage to what we're doing. But also, like, it just took a part of you. Like, it's very, when you come out, you're like, okay, how do you actually socialise again? And it's very hard to get back into your life.
That's interesting.
Well, there might be a Survivor spot up for grabs if Scully's...
I ain't doing enough.
Yeah, no, you got to go.
Would you like to do Survivor, Dan?
Nah, I'm done. No thanks.
That would be grim.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be worse.
So DDF, Dan Does Footy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can call it DDF. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it just feels weird.
It sounds like DTF.
Down to fuck.
Yeah.
Well, could.
Maybe you can change it to that. Carlton too.
Just lose all context. This guy's got on a porn site.
So why do you reckon that has worked so well? Like,
Oh, it's so many different things.
and was it a concept? What it is now, clearly it would have changed along the way. But like, was it a concept you thought of as like, really need to represent fans here, or I just want to be myself, or like,
Yeah, I mean, initially it was just it was supposed to be just a channel to hold Carlton stuff about how I was feeling about Carlton. And then it just kind of just went from Carlton stuff to let's comment on every game and then let's cover news and let's do things differently and, funny things that happen in the game. Let's try and be what the big broadcasting channels aren't and say things that they can't as well. So I've always loved I think people say, no, it's a new idea. I've always loved the Barstool stuff and House of Highlights and, that real fan engagement kind of channel. So I always wanted to create that kind of content and a channel to host that stuff. And just by, I guess, seeing where that star is and where to take it and then doing different content, we've ended up being what I've always wanted to be, the Australian version of that, I guess. So, it's pretty wild. I think like we'll never fit in the mold of into a broadcast, being on TV or being on radio, those shows. We're very much.
why?
I just don't think it's ready for us. I don't think there's people that are employed there, like big dogs there to plug us into it. And I think if we do it now, it'll lose its engagement and authenticity.
Yeah.
I think we very much have to stay the way we are right now and say things that maybe like you guys are the same, say things that others won't, or be willing to press on certain things that news won't, media won't, personalities won't. So that's where we are. I like to feel we're pretty edgy. We say things that are pretty rogue and post content that are rogue. And I think the reason why people engage with it and love it is that it's just real and it's honest and it's raw and there's no bullshit around it. There's no covering what's going on. There's none of that. It's just how every fan should feel week to week about their team.
I look at it and think that's the big one is fans, there's a bit of a thing that you put on, whatever that is, but like you're really just a fan. And like whether it's Carlton or if you're a St Kilda fan watching along, or if you're an Essendon fan, you're a West Coast fan, you're a Geelong fan, every fan has been through the bullshit of my team sucks, or my team's amazing, and sucked in everyone else, or like you're representing all fans basically. And I reckon that's why anyone can look at it, anyone can, and be like, I hate Carlton, but this is funny as well. I love Carlton, and this is funny.
Honestly, that's a big one. I honestly just love football. I love everything about football. I love every team. I love all the players. I love the stories. I love everything that comes with this game. Like it's the best game in the world, and that's been a massive piece. Like people being able to buy into that. And another one is, I think because when the news or the radio or whatever you get traditional media from, when they give you a piece of information, it's not one of those things where you can share it around to like your friend, your mum, dad. I think being able to create what we do, and whether it's a green screen of a big story and putting our own twist on it and saying what's really going on with the story, having them then able to share that to their dad, and it gets its own life form, or to their mum or to their friend, then dad says their friend. It creates its own ecosystem of content where a simple piece of Patrick Cooper's done his hammy just goes crazy because people are like, holy shit, this is happening. Carlton now fucked. Like it just spirals out into little holes that you never thought that a normal piece of news would, like
Yes.
You can't slip up a newspaper article and
you can't do that. So
radio interview or something.
It's crazy. And I guess also the form of this guy's going to do something crazy now is a new thing that is added to that. So
you don't want to keep going down.
Nah, I'll learn. I think come Saturday, I think we'll learn a lesson if it does go a certain way.
As you know, with content, like, this is a bit of advice I got as a player, and it was about relationships from Darren Glass, one of the great leaders I've ever been around. Just like intimidating, but like leadership. Yeah, what you were saying, some of these guys. And he was driving. It was my first year. He was driving I don't know why he was driving
your car.
He was driving my car, driving my white Mitsubishi Magna home, and I had a partner at the time, and he was like, well, how many nights is she staying over? And I was like, maybe 1 or 2. And then I said, nah, she's actually 3. I was like, but I might start cutting it down. I might go 2 or maybe back to 1. Sort of trying to be cool in front of Darren Glass. 3 nights a week, but I might cut it down to 2 a week.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me tell you something about relationships. And it's the same with footy, and it's the same with everything you do in life. You can never go backwards. You can't just start doing something. Well, no, you can do whatever you like, clearly. But his advice was, you want to keep going forward.
Yeah.
If you are putting out a podcast episode once a week, then you go to 2 a week, like, you're going to want to keep going.
Yeah, you are.
Relationships. If you say make a commitment to someone, once it starts going backwards, well, it's probably going backwards for a reason.
Yeah.
So to bring that back from Darren Glass, you don't want to end up round 22 amputating limbs.
Literally, yeah. I'll cut my arm off. So I've already lost my other arm. Here we go. Yeah, you're right, though. It's pretty crazy. It's just like one of those ones where the content that we try and put out there is, engaging, but there's got to be a point where, if you actually are terrified of what's happening to yourself, that's when we kind of, and you don't want to be, I don't ever want to be a desperate kind of content creator or hub where it's like, look, I'm going to cut my head off. Like, there's going to be a fine line between this is crazy, between, okay, now you've gone too far. Like, it's just like, it's not authentic anymore because you're trying to either reach for clicks or get followers. Like, I'm very conscious of the stuff we put out and how it is perceived by people, because there's going to be a point where people are like, okay, well, you've got like 40 tattoos of you from losing games. Like, that's not the same cut through. Or, hey, you're now 44 years old. You got blue hair, you're like a fucking moron. Like, there is going to be a time where this thing doesn't have that same reach. So it's you got to be very careful what you're putting out and how aggressive you are with it.
Do you try to get it in front of things? So, we have unashamedly just completely ripped off the green screen stuff that you do, see the interaction.
That's great.
Yeah, and it works the same for us.
Yeah,
what the fuck's
it's great.
going on? Like, Tim Kelly got dropped.
Yeah.
And sat in the airport, looked at his phone,
It's perfect.
put music over the top.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's great.
Jaiden, who is one of the best video editors in the business, will spend a day, a week, a month clipping something up.
Yeah.
Took it to 17 Live. One share.
Yeah.
And it's fucked.
It's like that.
It's cooked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's one thing that clearly works well for you. But do you try to get ahead of things and be like, well, like, is there something right now that you're like, I think this could really work that, or do you just kind of roll with the punches a bit? And
I think because the footy world moves so quickly that the green screens are great because it's just so instant. And you don't have to be the best at what you're putting out there. You just have to be just not even first, in the first little sweet spot of like first half an hour putting something out there. So that's fine. It's so instant. You can do it anywhere you want. But I don't try and get ahead of things. There's things that I want to do. Like, we want to really get into heavily live streaming, like different things this year. We're going to grow YouTube out. So kind of planning for that. But in terms of like the stuff that's on socials and TikTok, it's very much what comes to us, we'll decide. And there are things that you got to just pick and choose what's worth putting up there. Like, sometimes you look at something and go, okay, well, that's not it. And sometimes you go, well, I should have done that. That was an opportunity. I didn't realize that the Tassie Stadium was going to have such good engagement. We should have get the next time. But we'll very much just play what comes at you and see how you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have some listener questions prepared for Dan?
Oh, God.
No, well, we as you do, mate, we like our audience to be able to ask some questions because get tired of listening to what we do. We were meant to chat to you in Melbourne.
Yeah.
My daughter
got real sick, yeah.
Mate, as soon as you said that, I was like, I think some people maybe wouldn't understand. We got 2 kids each.
Yeah.
I actually look at guys like you and other guys doing content. Hello Sport Boys, probably similar. Content and life is easy without children.
Oh, man.
And then children come about and you ain't running your own show anymore, mate.
Nah, your whole world, like you guys know, your whole world gets rocked. Like, it's
better.
Like, it's so much better, but early days, now she's 3 months. And when we did have it organized, when she was crook, it's like, okay, my world, it's non-existent now. It's like, get her healthy, make sure Anna's like happy and like not freaking out. Like, it's just.
Well, you're doing well. You're doing really well. I thought we may never see.
I'm done. Yeah.
I think when we saw that you were at home watching the Carlton opener, that was like, oh yeah, it wasn't.
No. Trust me, I was going against Richmond. I was going to be there for sure. Look at my lips. I was actually glad I was at home at the end.
Oh yeah.
All right, this one's from _ Cam Gray. Do you think you reached your potential in the AFL, or do you think you could have stayed on a list?
I often weirdly, like I never wanted to be, as I said before, like a big 300 game player or a premiership player, but I could have. You see, with big ruckman, I could have bounced around. I could be Tom Campbell.
West Coast could use right now.
Legit, I could be just plugging up a spot, and I could have been doing that for I did it for 7 years, another 5 years on top of that. So, I don't know. I've reached my potential. I think I reached it when I was 18, to be honest with you.
Early bloomer.
Yeah.
Alex Hartman says, thoughts on Flagmantle?
Yeah, I was on them early. I think, were you guys on big time or not?
Oh, we were on them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Sold a shitload of merch, to be honest. Yeah. They've let us down. They're our Carlton.
Yeah.
Legit, yeah. I was big on them pre-season. Now it's just like one of those ones. I mean, it's only round 5, so it'll take a while for things to click, but I'm going to stick with them. I was big on them from the start, just what they've got in with Bolton and stuff, so I'll stay with them. I think they're still going to be legit.
I like them.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
We can't have 2 teams in the West.
Sucking.
No.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
People think it's, get all these opinions and stuff. I'm like, I'd much rather give just positives all day long.
Yeah. What's it like out west with the 2 teams? Is it like here in Adelaide, they're just crazy for their 2 teams and that's it? Or ruthless?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And like, it was interesting coming into media. So I did bounce around a little bit, started a couple of businesses out of footy. I always did a lot of media, but when I went into the media and proper mainstream media and then this stuff, I really wanted to cover both teams.
Yep.
Like I didn't want to be West Coast Will, basically.
Yep.
So my first year in, to the media, I was Freo's biggest fan. And I was like, fuck West Coast. And what that's done is now it's like, a few years down the track, I'm like, oh shit, like I probably went too hard the other way.
It's
and
true.
like full Freo. But yeah, it's very much like that.
Yeah.
The West Coast are a Freo fan. And
That's it.
Kids put their hand up at class. There's like the one Essendon supporter, like the random
no one else.
poor kid.
Yeah, right.
And they actually, like, fan bases just dislike each other. It's not
it's genuine hate.
It's not like great to have another team in the state. It's like fucking hate.
It's like here Adelaide and Port genuinely hate each other.
Yeah.
Right.
We have this, there's like an ongoing sort of thing that happens every live stream we do and stuff. And it's like, why people ask, why does Will hate West Coast? That's become a thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how hard it's gone.
You've gone that hard.
Pretty much every episode.
Wow.
Someone's like, hey,
Dan
why
Does Footy.
He's a
Will
life
West
member
Coast.
and hate him. Gone hard.
why does Will hate
It's just strong feedback.
I didn't give myself the life membership.
Yeah, no. You care enough for that's why you do it.
I love West Coast.
Yeah, you care.
When they're good.
Yeah.
Adam Gerritsen says, when is Dan Does Perth happening?
I've got to get over there. I know. I want to see the city of Perth. I've heard a lot of good things. I went there a couple of times for playing and was like, oh, Perth's okay, but I need to get over there and just really throw myself into it. I'm keen.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Show you where
We'll do something.
good beers are.
Done.
Basically.
Yes.
Sydney Harris.
Why do people call you Little Dan?
Why did Little Dan start? Because, oh my God, I think it was honestly just someone said, great work, Little Dan, and then it caught on for some reason, like
GWS.
wildfire.
Socials.
Yeah, then clubs.
Jacob might have run with
Yeah,
it.
clubs started doing it, and then more clubs, and it just took its own life. And I hated it at the time. So I think as soon as you say you hate something, it just gets doubled down.
Because I feel like you're Little Dan.
Yeah, you could be. Yeah, you can have it.
Usually, that's right.
No, you got it.
That's right. I'll tell you what.
Talk about it, you have it.
Tell you what, West Coast win. I'll take it.
Okay, glad it's yours then.
Can't win, I'll take it. Let's go here.
Stuff that. Oh, great. Cade Payne.
Cade Payne, favourite Harry Potter movie?
I haven't seen one. I could not tell you.
I feel like that's a setup question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys seen Harry Potter's?
I've never watched it. I've
Yeah.
read it book like line to line. I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I refuse to watch the movies. I don't want to ruin my childhood.
Oh, so you won't watch them?
I refuse.
That's interesting.
As my children want me to watch it, I've never watched one.
Right. Your kids will, though.
I love Harry Potter.
Why? But you probably might be the only person to be like, I love Harry Potter, but I would never watch a film.
I've never watched a film.
Wow, yeah. I've got to, apparently everyone's like you to get into it, and I will, I think, when Poppy's ready to watch it, but no interest at the moment.
No. I've seen like the first half of the first
Yeah.
one.
That did ya? Yeah.
Done.
I like this.
What would your goal celebration song be from Eamon Dorf?
Oh.
Amy.
Or Amy Neindorf?
Amy Neindorf. What my goal celebration be? The song? I don't know. I got something rogue as. Probably like Fuck the Police, NWA or something. Something that they definitely wouldn't play. So Compton is like, this white guy just not from there at all.
Mate, at the Richmond Carlton game, I swear to God, one of the boys had the Bluey theme song as their...
No way.
Mate, remember it was playing?
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, fuck. Some of the boys, Cullen Brown, his GTA song. It goes for so. Oh, Crazy Frog, I'd have the most annoying, and I've like 6. Oh
shit!
That I'd have that.
PTA.listen. What does Dan think of the young Dryers impact theory?
Big fans, firstly. The Young Dryers impact theory. I mean, everyone knows it. It's just one of those ones like if you haven't read about it, I'd highly recommend it. But it's interesting because at the time right now in the economy, we're looking for this to have a massive impact. And I've been behind it, the Dry's impact, for a long time. Just what it's doing out in the communities, bringing people together. So I am all for it.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Dryer.
Thank you, Mr. Dryer.
A couple more. Adam X Harvey, what does your typical day look like, and what's your screen time?
I think that's a good question.
That's a great question. I actually checked it. My screen time on my phone is 6 hours a day, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
The laptop, it said yesterday it was 11 hours a day. So I think that's still pretty good.
So
It's
are you doing posting from your laptop?
No, we just do a lot of work on the laptop with like run sheets and editing and stuff. But I'm very much I'll create, not consume, really. So if something needs to be out there, I'll put it out there, but I won't go looking that hard for stuff. I've got notifications on with reporters on Twitter. So when something breaks, it's like, okay, well, yes, no. But I find if I spend a lot of time digging on the phone, that's when you start reaching for stuff to do that's not what you want to really do. As I said, let it come to you.
Best operator in newsbreakers? Like, who is it? Who's the best?
Mitch Cleary's he's killing it at the moment. He's really good. If David Zeta applied himself more, he could be really good. He's got an attitude problem. He's like the bad boy reporters.
Mate, Zeta, so we do a live cast in a Fox Footy once a week, just for fun.
Yeah.
And mate, Zeets didn't get flown over for gather round. Filthy.
Oh, he would be, should be.
Filthy.
Wow.
So he's back in the Melbourne offices. And so I'm off air and I'm chatting to him. And I'm like, mate, Zeets, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I'm not in gather round, am I? I'm in the Melbourne studio.
Filthy.
Anyway, asked me a question about Brad Scott was teeing off at coaches, right? Like at the AFL, that coach never been more disrespected. Brad Scott. Maybe just worry about your footy team, I reckon, Brad. Anyway.
Oh.
No, I didn't say this there. Anyway, he then said, would you ever like to coach? And I said, God, no.
Yeah.
Like a terrible job. Like so much pressure, so much hard work. But I did just start coaching Aquinas in the PSA. Had my first week. And on the spot, this is live on air, on the spot, David Z is like, fantastic. Okay, so we are speaking to Will Schofield, senior coach. He's just
so
like,
good.
Like,
He's smart. His Twitter when he's in tribunal is some of the best stuff ever. It's lengthy, but the gold he puts down is unbelievable.
what's content? It's good content.
It's great content.
Oh, shit, I'm going to get on a scooter in a second.
Scott's going to actually run to Allen Oval, do it across.
I'm actually running. I'm not going to get a scooter.
All right, this is from Huntsy06. What's your funniest footy trip story?
Oh, I mean, it's not even funny, but the world document, we got locked up in Thailand, and then like the boys just getting thrown in a slammer. That's
This
up
Gold
there.
Coast, right?
Gold Coast one. That's probably the one up there.
In Thailand.
No, the boys were.
What
But
were
yeah. I don't know. I was definitely on the back of some kind of bike. I was just absolutely off my head. So that one gets well documented. All the other ones probably can't tell.
Great.
Me and Masto, Masto stole the head off like a Kentucky Fried Chicken like person. They had like a
mascot.
Yeah, mascot. And so we're blind.
Yeah.
Bang, like ripped it off and put the head on. You know, half an hour running around, all the bars, fucking got a big chicken's head on.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, great.
Put it down, forget about it. 2 hours later, we're on a nightclub dance floor. I was in a morph suit, Spider-Man morph suit.
Doing costumes out.
And 20 assault rifled armoured police rolled in.
They don't fuck around over there.
Fucking me and Masto, like literally like up in our face. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck me. Out against the wall. Like, I'm like, sweet, die. I'm going to die in prison in Thailand.
Yeah. They don't fuck around over there.
And we were so lucky. There was like this crew of people. It was like their fucking job to translate with the police. Like this fucking angel out of nowhere came and was like, I'm going to be your translator. I'm going to help you. You're in a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah.
If you don't do what I tell you, you're fucking going to jail. And blah, blah, blah. They're fucking yapping away. Anyway, he's like, go to an ATM, get 6,000 Australian dollars out.
Did it to us as well.
And I was like, 6 hours. And he's like, I don't care who you have to ask. You ask random people. You need $6,000. You got 1 hour. It's like a fucking amazing race.
Yeah.
We went around, but got it all, $6,000, free to go.
Yeah, that's the same. Same thing happened to us over there. It was the mayhem. I don't know what happened. They punched someone, and then the big cops like had massive bamboo sticks, and they were just like whacking you. And the same thing, translator. This is a good situation. You go to jail. They're not fucking around. But go to an ATM. Give us so much money. And then see you later.
That person's making so much coin.
That same guy, yeah, he's just going around locking people up.
Can you do the wrap ups and the last question?
Yeah.
I am very rude. Running
no,
low.
they're going to see us. No.
Watch on TV.
Do your thing.
Last one is
Yeah.
from Tappy95.
Yeah.
Eggman, how do you like your eggs?
Oh, is this like kind of an inside joke, or is this legit?
No, it's legit. Like, we've probably asked every guest. And it's
Okay.
not like you love egg. Like, it's just a thing.
I love scrambled eggs. scrambled.
Perfect answer.
And then I like truffle cheese grated on top.
Oh my god.
Yeah, big gourmet guy. Bit of truffle oil or chili oil.
Must be nice.
Yeah, well, it is. It's very good. Melbourne
Footy's
thing.
doing well.
It is doing well.
Truffle oil. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to see you on the hill on Saturday.
Hill Saturday. I'm feeling. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good. You feeling good before we go?
Have you shaved your bicep? Ready to go?
No.
And will you
I'm a
get?
hairy guy.
Oh, that's a big bicep.
Thanks,
as well.
mate.
A lot
Thanks.
of lot of
Yeah,
real estate
oh,
there.
he's naked now.
Are you going to get it here in Adelaide?
I'll go back and do it. I mean, it's not going to happen, but yeah, I'll go back and do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Okay.
yeah, for sure. No, be excited, mate. I'm keen. You going to wear that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Like
I'll
it.
wear it. I'll wear
Like it.
All right. Thanks to our sponsors, Paywise, RD Athletic, Whippersnapper Whisky, Mamba Digital, TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Leadville Precinct, On One Services, and you can find all that stuff at backchatpodcast.com.au. Dan, thank you so much for coming in. Next time we're in Melbourne, I want to come see your the locker set up, and it's like such a good.
Please come through. And also, guys, like, love what you're doing. I think you're in the same kind of thinking of me and doing the same kind of stuff and trying to break traditional media and do it your own way. So congrats to you guys for doing it.